Hey Simmers, Money42 here, and I finally got really excited about The Sims 4 yesterday. It happened to me yesterday, and it actually happened while I was watching this live broadcast. So, after explaining how I'm actually finally excited on Facebook, I asked the questions like, should I do a video explaining my excitement or, whatever. And people were like, yeah, you should do the video. You should do the video. So I'm doing the video to kind of explain how I went from being on the fence to not only getting excited about it, but actually pre-ordering The Sims 4 and everything else. So I hadn't pre-ordered it before now. I'd already saved up the money. I had everything already ready for it. And then when they started letting out all this information about how there wasn't any cast and all these other stuff. I mean, my biggest issue is the fact that there is no cast. Like, that is my biggest issue. Everything, like, if they had added cast, I think I would have kind of swallowed everything else more easier, however you want to put that. But because there was no cast, it just made everything else another, like, just straw that bends the back or whatever that saying is. And it just kept piling on until I just couldn't see any of the good stuff about it. And all I could see was that it was, just a game without cast, without toddlers, without basements, without pools. A game where the teenagers were the same height as the adults and the young adults and the adults and the elders. And that really pissed me off because there are times where I would make a teen sim and I want them to make other teen sim friends, and it's like the only way I knew if another sim was a teen before I introduced my sim to them was because they were shorter than the adults and taller than the children. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that's a teen right there. And that's how you'd know, and you click on them and just introduce. And now, not only do the teens look a little wonky, like Cassandra Goth, for example, she just looks way too oily, olive oil? What is that? Like the what's it called? The Popeye girl? Like, that's literally what she looks like. She looks like she was just a little bit too stretched. But anyway, I'm focusing on the negative, and this is supposed to be more about the positive, which is what turned me towards not only, like I said, being excited, but pre-ordering the game. And this is one of the big things that did it for me. And I mean, it might seem small to you, but let me explain. So I'm going to play it for you, and you're going to see, and then I'm going to explain it at the same time. But I'm going to turn down the volume so you don't hear them. You actually just hear me. And here it is. It is the reward store. No, it's not that. That's not the reward store. Here it is. It's the reward store. And this is like, the lifetime rewards that we've had in The Sims 3 and then the other rewards we had in Sims 2 that I just cannot remember the name of. They all are really cool. I mean, one of my favorite rewards from The Sims 2 that never kind of crossed over was a special milk bottle thingy that, like, you fed it to your toddler, and your toddler for like a certain amount of time was just like uber smart and uber like a sponge, just sucks up all the information much faster. So that was so amazing to me. And he like automatically made your toddler's like plumb bob like platinum. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, when this opened, I was like, oh, okay, reward stores, and I saw stuff like, instant fun, instant hygiene. I'm like, we're used to that. Confidence potion, energized potion. I'm like, well, I guess, 30 potion, focus potion. It's like, yeah, okay, emotions, yada, yada, yada. They've always gone on and on about emotions, blah, blah, blah. And then he started scrolling. And instead of listening to what they were saying, I was reading all the things that were popping up. And I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Always welcome. What does that mean? Gym rat. Interesting. And moodlet solver. Really? And then I was like, oh, wait, speed cleaner. I know that one. And it's like, whoa, hold up. Does that say mentor? That's different. What does that mean? I mean, you see the little chalkboard or whatever, so I'm guessing that you get to teach other Sims, or I mean, I guess not teach, but like train, whatever, like however that's going to work. That's going to be really, really interesting because apart from the fact that you could train someone using like in the gym or something, or like yeah, that's pretty much the only way you could really train anyone else in The Sims 3. I mean, you could teach your kids how to walk and talk and use the bathroom and drive a car and things like that. But to full on just be like an actual mentor, that's apart from like training when it comes to gym stuff, or I think, I'm not even sure about this, but I think even like the Kung Fu karate thing that came with World Adventures, if I'm correct. I might be incorrect about that. But we never passed that. So it'd be really, really cool to see what this mentor means, in the fact that you can, and because it's like on the reward store as opposed to just attached to one specific trait or skill, it makes me feel like that means that you can be a mentor using, you know, any skill, like any sim can do it, as opposed to just one particular kind of sim. And then I saw morning sim, and I was like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a night owl. I love the night. Nighttime is when the best things happen, in my opinion, and that's also when I get like the most creative when it comes to you know, my work and all the other stuff that I do. It's just like as soon as the sun's down, it's like boom, I'm on. But morning sim sounds so cool. The fact that you can actually like have a sim who's ready and happy in the morning. I mean, that really ridiculously cheerful, chirpy, perky little, you hate them. Well, if you're a night owl who hates the morning, you hate them. But if you're a morning person, you're going to love this. And then you see things like Speed Reader and free services. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. So you're telling me like all the services are free? Like all of the services are free, so I can get a maid for free and all the other stuff? Like that's pretty cool. We never had that before. We've had the whole, you know, you don't pay your bills, but you always had to pay your maid. And you know, marketable underneath that. So I'm like, okay, well, I see a chair, I see a dollar sign or a simoleon sign attached to it. So it's like, are we gonna be able to sell stuff like, you know, Sims 2 type sell stuff as opposed to Sims 3 type sell stuff? Because that was not cool. And yada yada yada. There's like another thing I wanted to point out. Yeah, so I actually just like skipped it, but there was, you know, frugal, observant, all that other stuff back there, and I was like, wait, these are traits from Sims 3. So not only did they add all these new things like, you know, marketable and morning person and mentor and all that stuff we just saw, but they also added past Sims 3 traits as rewards. And that's going to be pretty cool, because the thing that I really, really did not like, another thing that kind of just turned me off of The Sims 4, is the fact that you can only pick 3 traits, and you get 1 bonus trait depending on what aspiration you decide on. So they just give you that one. You don't even have a choice in that matter. And I was like, wait, I just came from being able to pick 5 traits, and then if you got the University Expansion Pack, you're actually able to pick 7. So technically, I came from being able to pick 7, but if we're going to go from base game to base game, I was still able to pick 2 more traits than I am now. And even when I could only pick 5, I always felt like it wasn't enough. Like, I wish I could have had even more traits. And when University came out, it was like, yes! So now, they've kind of taken me all the way back, like further back, where your Sims are on the same level as children used to be. Because that's the, like, is it? No, wait, hold on. Was it children or was it? Yeah, it's children. Children had 3, teenagers had 4, toddlers had 2. So yeah, they're taking me to the level of what children used to be in The Sims 3. And I kind of explained to myself and in my other videos to my guest star main event that it was probably because of the emotions situation. It's like too many traits, and your Sim's just going to be like a walking, talking, bonkers individual who's just going to flip from, you know, one trait to the other every 2 seconds because there's just too many. But still, I would, you know, what if I wanted to have like an athletic Sim who loves nature, but it's like really, really, really into like computer stuff and likes hacking and like just geeking out on a computer, but also is really, really into food and wants to be a foodie as well. And then after all of that, they're also like really, really shy. So it's like this shy geeky, nature-loving, athletic, buff sim. It's like, what if that's what I wanted? I couldn't do that because that's way too many traits, and so I felt so limited. And so with this, what that kind of gave me was the realization that my sim can come out of the cast and have 3 traits and 1 bonus trait and an aspiration, which is changeable. The aspiration is changeable, and I guess if the aspiration is changeable, then the bonus trait is changeable as well. But they can come out and they can get, points and, become an observant sim as well, or a beguiling sim as well. They can become a great kisser, and they can go from just being a bro athletic sim who's self-assured, and then you add in the great kisser, and it's like, boom, girls, eat your heart out, It changes things up a bit more and gives me that extra something to play with that I guess I was looking for. I mean, look, they have Savant, and it's great. I think it's so cool. All these different options, which are, I mean, as time goes on, you add them and you try them out and you play with them and you see, what each one does. Like Moodlet Solver, I want to know what the heck that thing does. And also Mentor, like that's really playing on my mind. And also always welcome, like what does that mean? When are you not welcome? So yeah, that's really one of the things that really got me going and just thinking about it. And it's like, oh, okay. And then during this, there was something he said. He said that because of, the reward store and the stories and like what happens in game, your sim, the one that comes out of Create a Sim, is not going to be the same sim that keels over and dies when they're an elder or when you finally get tired of playing with them. Because, or if you even do that, because the thing that made me jump from one household to another is that I kind of just got tired of the same old. It's like the household will be cool and fun the first few times, but like you play them for like the first few hours or days or whatever, and then eventually you kind of just get tired of the flirty sim always flirting and the shy sim always being shy and the loner always wanting to go and be by himself. You wanted them to be evolved. And this shows that not only can your sim switch around because of the aspirations and things like that, but they do actually evolve, where you can go from being like a full-on gym rat and really into athletic, and then like one day you're jogging in the park and doing push-ups and bench pressing your girlfriend or whatever, and you see someone playing chess, and you're like, whoa, what's this game? And then you start playing yourself, and next thing you know, you're like really into chess playing, but you're still that athletic sim that you used to be, but you're more, and it's like they told us that they would evolve. I mean, they told us, your sims emotions evolved, but everything we've seen so far, to me, it's just like every single thing, like they're just being ruled by their emotions. I mean, and that's great and all, but what if like my sim is super duper happy and I really just want them to be like super duper flirty, or they're super duper depressed and uncomfortable, but I really want them to be all carefree, and like I don't want to have to deal with their emotions. I want them to have the emotions I want them to have whenever I want them to have them. But that also can get boring, after a while. So I feel like it's like they gave us what we wanted and they pushed the envelope, and you kind of just have to be ready to know that there's certain things that aren't going to go exactly the way you want, but you really are going to have a sim that honestly evolves day by day. And that's like something that we've never had before. So because of that epiphany, I realized that I'm going to treat The Sims 4, and here's why I got excited. Here it is, not just a reward store. I mean, reward store is pretty cool. But here's why I really got excited. And it was because of the epiphany that this is a new game in the Sims series, but it's not a full-on continuation of The Sims 3. And I will explain this. I will explain this statement. But I will say it again one more time. This is a new game in the Sims series, but It is not a full-on continuation of The Sims 3. And the reason for that is, I'll give you an example. Look at The Sims Social, The Sims Free Play, The Sims Medieval. These are all Sims games in the Sims series. I'm not even talking about like SimCity and Sim Ants and Sim Tower and all that other old stuff. I'm just talking about for the Sims series by itself, where you're playing one sim, not a whole town. You're not the mayor, you're not an ant, you're not building a hotel. You are just playing one sim. So from that Sim series, we have things from The Sims 1 to The Sims 2 to The Sims 3 to The Sims Free Play to The Sims Social to The Sims, that weird iPad game, then to The Sims Medieval. And The Sims Medieval was like Sims 3 because it looked like Sims 3, but it was based back in time, and we all thought it was The Sims 3 Medieval, but they had to tell us over and over again before it finally clicked. This is actually just called The Sims Medieval. It has nothing to do with The Sims 3, but the fact that it looks like The Sims 3 and, you know, you're playing Sims. Everything else is completely different, and it was a whole new type of gameplay, where there were new things and old things, and you couldn't do as much as you could in the full-on Sims 3, but you could do things that you never could do in The Sims 3 at the same time. So that's how I'm seeing this. This is The Sims 4. It is not a continuation of The Sims 3. It is just a brand new Sim series game. And when you take it like that, when you see it like that, when you understand it like that, you can get excited about it, because it's actually a really cool game. And another thing that excited me, and that's just me personally, I really like cooking in the game. I mean, that might be weird for other people, but I really do. I love cooking in the game. It's like, it makes me happy. To make my Sims cook, it just makes me feel all kinds of gooey on the inside. I love it. And so when I saw this, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. First of all, from the top, I mean, you already know what their cooking level is. It says cooking level 1. And on the left side of the top, it says use fresh ingredients, and that is checked. So the first thing I thought in my head was, what happens if it's not checked? Like, then I now remembered. I remembered going over the traits, which the video is coming out for that as well, on Sunday. Wait, no, not Sunday. Yes, Sunday. The video is coming out for that one. We just finished doing it. Me and Main Event just finished doing the traits video for the Sims cast demo, so that's coming out real soon. It just took me a little longer to edit that one than this one. And we were looking at the glutton trait in that, and the glutton trait means that you can eat spoiled food, and you can like go through the garbage and like look for food because you are so much in love with food. So I'm thinking, if you had a glutton sim, a slob sim, a sim that's not really like the opposite of a foodie, pretty much, they wouldn't care if you use fresh ingredients or not. So then I was thinking, what about a snob sim and a foodie sim? They'd probably feel some type of way if you made them some food and you didn't use fresh ingredients. Like, they'd be like, not gonna eat this. And they'll feel all kinds of sad or uncomfortable or whatever emotion it is that pops up for that. And that's so cool. Something as minuscule as not using fresh ingredients. I mean, they've literally added that to the game. We've had an issue of, whether it's a normal quality, a good quality, an excellent quality, depending on if it's a gardenable, is that even a word? A harvestable, yes. If it's a harvestable ingredient. But with this, they're just talking about fresh ingredients, not even good quality or bad quality, just fresh. And that's different. And I can't wait to totally explore the crap out of that. And then, not only do you have these options, but when you click on an option, you get 3 different types of servings. You get the single serving, where you just make it for yourself. And it all has different prices. And you have the family size serving, which is for 4. And then you get the party size. And I love this because there have been so many times where I'll have like 2 or 3 Sims, and they all want to eat. But it's like, if I make a full serving, like a group serving, that's way too much food. And the thing like I told you, I love cooking in my game. So the thing I do is I cook every day, at least twice a day. Like, if I made dinner last night and I personally don't like eating cold spaghetti for breakfast. That's just me. It might be really great spaghetti that I had last night, but I don't want to eat that for breakfast. I want to have waffles or pancakes or an omelet or French toast or, that's just me. I really, really, I love food. I would be a foodie if I was just like a sim. I would totally be a foodie. So I make my sims make food like fresh, not fresh, but I make my sim make food appropriate for the time. So if it's like breakfast and they have time to eat breakfast and they're not running late, they'll actually cook a full meal. And if they are running late, then they'll have, cereal. Because to me, that's breakfast food. And so what usually happens is I have all this food in the fridge and it'll all eventually go bad because I keep making them make new food. But it's annoying to make 3 different sims, each of them cook one single serving, when, one sim is already cooking. So you might as well just have that one sim make a group serving. But then the food goes to waste. So this is so awesome. So now not only is it cheaper than a party size, although the party size is double the size and only $3 more. Like, y'all did not even try with these prices. Like, come on, EA. I mean, I love it, but still, it's hilarious. Come on now. For 4 servings, it's $13. Sorry, for 4 servings, it's $10, but for 8 servings, it's $13. And for a single serving, it's $3. It's just like, you could have done better than that. But whatever. I'll work with it. But yeah, it's great to be able to do this. So now it's like, oh, well, if I have a family of 2 or 3, it can do a family size. And that means they can each just, like, if it's a couple, they can each eat one more time. And that's great. That's so great. And you have all these options, all these great options based on, what your sim's skill level is. I mean, just from 1, you can already make grilled cheese and scrambled eggs. It's just like, it's great. Like I said, I love cooking. I love cooking in the game. I love cooking in real life. So it's like great. I love it. And then, they showed us him cooking the grilled cheese or something like that. And then there was this, like, glitch where this guy just walks through the freaking couch twice. I mean, look at this. And they didn't even, like, try to talk about it or anything. They kind of just left that. Said nothing. But okay, whatever. We're supposed to pretend like that didn't happen, but okay. I'm just gonna point that out real quick. And there's one more thing. Oh, yeah. It was the aspiration. Excuse me while this loads. So yeah, it was the aspirations I want to look at one more time. So I'm going all the way back to when they were at the bar. Because he has the Public Enemy one right now. And they said that you could change your aspirations. And this is how you change it. You go up here and you pick whichever one's on the top. You kind of scroll through and decide whichever one you want to work with. Right now he is working with the Deviants. And in the Deviants he picked the Public Enemy. There's the Public Enemy and Chief of Mischief that goes with Deviants. So he picked Public Enemy instead. But here's what's interesting. It is the milestones. So there are 4 milestones. I'm assuming per aspiration, but I don't know exactly. But just know that there are 4 milestones for the Public Enemy aspiration. And it starts off with Mostly Harmless, where you have to perform 25 mean or mischievous interactions. And then you have to be disliked by 3 different sims. So it's a good idea to kind of split up those mean interactions for 3 different sims. They both can all just like you. That would just like work together. And then, number 2 would be Neighborhood Nuisance, which would be interesting. I'm guessing that he'd go around kicking down trashes and scaring people and jumping out of bushes. And then you kind of upgrade a little bit more to Criminal Mind, where my assumption, again, is just an assumption, you actually go into the criminal career. And I guess one of the things would be to get to a certain level of the criminal career and then to do certain, mischievous or mean interactions that have to do with being a criminal. And then the last but not least is Public Enemy itself. So I thought that was pretty cool. Before, with our aspirations, it was things like, oh, he wants to be like a Renaissance sim. He wants to know all these skills. So all you have to do is learn all these skills. Or they want to get to the top of this career. So all you have to do is get to the top of this career. Now with aspirations, there's steps. You know, before you can do like one thing, you have to do all these other things first. So it's expanding what an aspiration used to be, and then making it even more fun by giving you goals that you have to reach within goals that you have to reach. So it's like, even while you're playing your game, you can literally stop playing the Sims, like just a full, you know, having a family and living your life type Sims, and start playing a game where all you do is get that one Sim that goes through and does all the aspirations. And that's so cool, because it's just like, you know, it's a game within a game within a game within a game. So another reason why, you know, I was so sad about The Sims 4 and why I hadn't pre-ordered it is because I thought that it had lost that aspect of being so diverse. The thing that I loved about The Sims 3 is the fact that it's so diverse, where you have people who love building. That's all they want to do, is just want to build all these big, beautiful houses and put all these this like custom content in it. And then, like, you know, some people who want to make these like amazingly lifelike Sims and have them, you know, do all these crazy things in all these big, beautiful houses. And then you have all these Sims that just want to create a Sim, like their Sim self, and have a full-on legacy so they can see what their great-great-great-great-grandchild may or may not look like. And then you have Simmers who just want to, you know, accomplish certain things. So they'll make a Sim because they want to know what it's like to reach the top of, you know, a career. Or they'll make a Sim because they want to know what it's like to, you know, just get to the top of a profession, or learn all these skills, or, you know, sleep with all these women. Sorry, or woohoo with all these people. And that's what they do. They just have all these goals, so they set the goals and they make a Sim and they do that. So it's like you have all these different kind of Simmers. The evil ones, the good ones, the ones where no one can die, the ones where everyone must die, the ones who can't build to save their lives, the ones that can build the Taj Mahal in, you know, a 10 by 10 square lot. Like, it's amazing. We're all so different, and yet we all love this one game. And I thought that The Sims 4 was not going to be like that. But watching this live broadcast and just seeing how they played, like, the 26th, and then watch this one on the 27th, I have to say that it's so different from what I expected it to be. And there are going to be Simmers out there who are just like, no, I'm not with it. I don't know. It's because my other issue is it's super expensive. The cheapest one is like $60, $60 for this game. And what if I don't like it? I mean, you know, if you buy the physical copy, you're always free to return it. And even Origin is doing something where if you play the game and you don't like it, you can return it the first 24 hours after you first launch the game, or 7 days after the release date. So if you never play the game, you can return it 7 days after the second. But if you do play the game, then you have 24 hours to return it from like the Origin digital download. So you can still return those ones as well. So these games are, like, you know, refundable. My suggestion to those who are on the fence, who are still not ready, who are still not sure, who are thinking this is a lot of money to pay for a game, they took out all these great stuff that I loved in the old game, I think that you should buy it, you should try it, and if you still don't like it, or if you still don't think it's worth that price, return it, you know? Wait until another expansion pack comes out, or the first patch comes out, or whatever it is that you need comes out, and then buy it then. It's as simple as that. So, yeah. That's how I see it. So this is Lenny42, letting you guys know how I feel about The Sims 4, what made me excited about The Sims 4, and because I definitely, like I said, I was really one of the Simmers who wasn't going to get this game until it was much, much cheaper, or the first expansion pack came out. And yet here I am, days before it comes out, I pre-ordered it and completely changed my view on it. I'm going to give one of you guys the opportunity to play this game and test it out. So if you really can't afford this game, but you really want to play it, then I want you to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and post your Origin name down in the comments, because I, Lenny, did I say Linda? I mean, if you want to say, you know what, Lenny, you're right. You are so right. I have been judging this game a little too much, and I would love to try it. Like, there's probably something in it that I'm going to absolutely adore, and I'm going to realize that I must have. If only I could try it. So you feel like you can't afford it at that price is just a little too much. I want you to subscribe to my channel, like this video. If you've already subscribed to my channel, then just like the video. And if you've already subscribed to the channel and liked the video, then all you have to do is put your name, your origin name, down in the comments below, because you have to have an origin account. So yeah, you're going to subscribe to the channel, you're going to like the video, and then you're going to put your origin account, like your origin ID name, down in the comments below. Because I, Lenny42, am giving away a free, you don't have to pay for it, I'm the one paying for it, Sims 4 game. Yes, because I have changed my mind so much about this game so quickly. Literally, it has not even been 24 hours yet. I've already not only gone from off the freaking fence, I'm all the way in the Sims 4 camp. I pre-ordered my game. I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm just feeling all kinds of, when is it coming? When is it coming? Because I've switched so fast, I'm giving away a copy of The Sims 4. Now, the way you can get this, if you are the winner, is you have to have an origin account, because I'm going to give you the code. Yes. I'm going to send you an email of the code, so you have to put your origin ID down below. You do not have to put your email down below. Okay, what I'm going to do is, whoever the winner is, I'm going to post it again in this video, the comments of this video, who the winner is. I have to go pick up the copy. I can't from the store, and then I'll be able to give you the code. So after I go and grab a copy of the game, I'm going to post the winner. So I'm going to pick up the winner, and I'm going to pick up the copy, and I'm going to pick the winner, and I'm going to put your name and my email address, which is myplayvideos@gmail.com. And you are going to send me an email, and I'm going to reply that email with your game code. So, longest story in the entire world, short. Subscribe, like, comment your origin ID below. You may just have the brand new, off-the-shelf Sims 4 game in your origin My Games tab. In your origin My Games tab, and you can play it, and you can tell me. I want you to tell me when you're done playing it. I want you to come back, post on this video, and be like, yo, Lenny, you were so right. So yeah, I want you to come back on this video after you've played the game, after you fall in love with it, and be like, yo, Lenny, you were so right. And I'm going to be like, yeah, buddy. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, subscribe, like, comment your origin ID below, and you might be the winner of a brand new The Sims 4 game. It'll be the digital version of the game, because I'll give you the code to use and put and redeem in your origin client, whatever, downloader thingy. Wow, that was long. So, this is Lenny42 saying happy simming, everyone, and may the odds ever be in your favor.